So I don't know what the topic of your piece is, but it said something about sleep, and I thought, oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, that's right. This is for people who are at the intersection of sleeplessness and comics. I'm
Okay.
just kidding. I hope
Yeah,
there's
so
some
I don't
kids.
know what the topic.
All right. So I think we're gonna start. Um, yeah, no reason not to. I'm gonna share my screen, so I'm gonna dismantle yours. Not dismantle it, but you know what I mean. And I'm gonna try and find. Great. Okay. Um, Welcome everybody. It's a Friday night here in the East Coast of the United States of America. Um, for some of you, it's the afternoon or the evening or the morning of the Saturday. It's all sorts of things across the globe. And we're just glad you're here for another what we call Friday Night Workshop. We believe in comics. This is the Sequential Artists Workshop. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We're dedicated to helping people learn how to teach or how to make comics, how to tell their story visually. You can find more at learn.sawcomics.org. What else? We have some upcoming courses coming up. We have a large slate of them actually for the winter. Beth Tremblay is starting a really deep dive into memoir soon. Procreate for Comics with Elise Dietrich is starting soon, and a month or two after that is some more tricks and other things with Donna Dracanis, and DIY Publishing with Sarah Maloney. And we'll tell you about a little bit more about Maureen's upcoming course that's starting in April. That's on creative nonfiction. And so anyway, check it out at learn.sawcomics.org. Next week, Anna Selheim is going to be teaching us how to make witch sonas, which apparently is a term. I hadn't heard of that before. So anyway, go to learn.sawcomics, check out Beth's course. These are the upcoming next two. Check out Procreate for Comics with Elise. Go check out Seesaw Comics, where we're starting to put more and more Saw comics on the web, which is and it's really good on phones. It's sort of our Instagram buster. We're determined to bust Instagram in 2024. We'll see how that goes. Meanwhile, Jess Relifson and I started a podcast last week. Check out The Terrible Anvil. Search for it on podcasts. We are mostly talking about how to make comics and not feel bad. That's really our main mission. So if you always find yourself feeling bad while making comics, go check out that podcast. And thank you to everybody who donated to this workshop or to anything. We survive and thrive on donations and tuitions. There are a lot of ways to support us. I'll put it in the chat. You can also become a sustaining member and things like that. So let's get started. So sorry, please no inappropriate speech or imagery. Please no trolling, hate speech, etc. Let's keep it PG-13. And share what you do on social media tonight. Hashtag Friday Night Comics is a great way to share. You can tag us at Comics Workshop. I'll put Maureen's tag in the chat. It's Maureen Burdock. And you can also join us at members.sawcomics.org, and I'll put the link to that in the chat as well. So enjoy yourself. And we're here with Maureen Burdock. Queen of Sales is a great, I just said sales. Queen of Snails is a great graphic memoir. So if you haven't checked it out, I hope you will. But tonight we're going to meet our sleep. I don't know what that means, but I'm definitely intrigued. I'm going to, let's see, how do I do this? Stop sharing. There we go. And now I'm just a participant. Oh, wait, now I have to record. Now we're recording. Welcome, Maureen. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks for Queen of Snails, which is a terrific book. I really admire that one. I'm going to ask you to raise your Zoom hand again, but it won't matter. And also share your screen, which you're doing. So I'm just going to be in the chat summarizing, and everybody have a great time. Thanks for being here, Maureen.
Thank you so much for having me, Tom. It's really an honor, and I thank you for all the wonderful work that you do. And yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Hello, everyone. This is Meet Your Sleep. It's a comics workshop and sponsored by SAW, of course. Oops, let's see. So I'm Maureen Burdock, and as Tom just mentioned, I just had my graphic memoir come out about a year ago from Graphic Mundi, and that's Queen of Snails that you see there in the center. Nonfiction comics is something I just sort of fell into. I'm a curious person. I have a lot of curiosity about everything. So comics helps me to kind of find connections between things, between historical and cultural trajectories, and then between planetary interspecies issues. And I like to connect all of these different things with my own personal lived embodied experiences. So thus creative nonfiction is how I would define what I do. So here are some things that I've worked on in recent years and that have been published like in the last 3 years. COVID Chronicles, of course, came out during the pandemic, and I had a piece in that, The Right to Breathe. And Menopause is one that I'm really proud of. It's an anthology, and I had the opening story in that, and it won an Eisner. So congrats to MK who edited that, and to everyone else who was in it. The current project that I'm working on, and the one that inspired this particular workshop, is on sleep, because as probably some of you, I have had lifelong issues with insomnia. I hope not many of you, because it's awful. And I really wanted to get to the bottom of this. I wanted to figure out what is causing this insomnia in me, and why do so many people, about a third of people in the industrialized world, struggle with sleep problems. And so, I'm asking the question, why is this such an issue? I wanted to get to the root of that. So this is under contract with Graphic Mundi and will be coming out in the next couple of years. Still very much in process. I began with a couple of smaller projects to kind of get my feet wet. I made this deck of sleep cards with tips for lifestyle changes that help. And it ended up not being just a single thing or a couple of things, but a whole plethora of things that I needed to shift in order to get better sleep. And then I did a couple of mini comics, little zines, to introduce people to the topic and to work through some ideas on my own. This is from one of those, and this I explore Luna solar time and circadian rhythms versus the capitalist clock, capitalist time space. So I'm looking at, what is innate and then what is imposed on us. And turns out Tricia Hersey, an author, has a book called Rest is Resistance. And it's true. It's actually kind of revolutionary to prioritize sleep and rest. And I think really much needed on a planetary level as well, for humans to start taking a break from our activity. I've divided it into 4 parts, 4 longish chapters. The first is on air and breath. The second is fire and metabolism. The third, earth and circadian rhythms, and that's the one I'm working on currently. And then water and emotions and emotional fluidity will be the last section. This is a spread that's in process right now, and it's in the midst of my fire metabolism chapter. And in that, I'm looking at my metabolic health overall and addressing some of this underlying issue that I had going on, which was horrible hot flashes. And it's actually this section that gave me the idea for the workshop prompt that you all are going to be playing with very shortly. So I was looking at my hot flashes, and as I was writing about this, I'm going to read you a little bit here. My first hot flash came the same week I received an invitation to contribute to the Menopause Comics Anthology, and I show myself here getting an email from MK asking me, "Hi, Maureen, would you like to contribute a comic?" And I had just had my first hot flash like the day before. So I was like, okay, looks like menopause is here. And as I'm drawing this, I decided to draw menopause as a character. So that's what you're going to be doing shortly. At first, I thought the flashes were kind of cool, a new experience. I was always up for those. This is exciting, a whole new life phase. Guess who? Says menopause. It's me. Menopause, is that you? I've been expecting you. So, you know, I'd heard various things. I'd come to believe through countless jokes from older women I'd known through my life that hot flashes were something natural that came with menopause. And here it shows me I'm on a run. I'm a runner. I like to run every day, and now have this giant sort of middle-aged, very, you know, large-framed woman smothering me all the time, like causing me to sweat and just feel heavy. And she says, "Giddy up. What, you feeling suffocated now? Suck it up, Buttercup. I'm your burden to bear." So this is what's giving me the idea. So you're going to meet your sleep in a moment. But first I thought we'd do a little warm-up exercise. And this is just a kind of free association exercise to get everybody loosened up. I will explain it, and then we'll take a couple of minutes maybe per panel. So we'll end up with like a 5-minute warm up, and then we'll go into the main meal. So first, create 2 panels of any size or shape. You can just fold your paper in half, or if you want to be more creative, you can just draw 2 panels, any size or shape that you like. And then in the first panel, and now the key is not to overthink this. The first panel, you want to just draw the first object that sort of pops into your head right now.
How long are we taking for this first one? I forgot.
Just like 2 minutes.
2 minutes for, okay.
Just for the first panel, 2 minutes. Got my object there. Can you see that?
It's a great looking parrot or bird or something.
It's just some sort of weird bird.
I know. Should we move on to our second panel? What now?
Yeah, let's move on to the second panel. So now identify a feeling that you're currently experiencing.
Oh.
And I want you to think about the feeling and distill it into just one word. And then write that down in any spatial relationship you choose, also in the first panel along with your object.
Okay, I'll put that in the chat.
I don't think we'll need more than a minute to do that.
This goes in, just to clarify, this goes in the first.
Yes.
Yep, I'm putting that in the chat. I'm gonna, in order to make that larger, I might be able to spotlight. No, we can see it small. What's the word?
It says excited.
Nice.
Here.
That's funny. Maybe after this slide, Mishka, we can show those the two things that. Maureen, I'm gonna remove that slide for 1 second. I forget how to do that. Oh, I know how to do. Hang on. And that way you can. Oh goodness gracious! Isn't it funny? It's like the one thing I can't do.
Mm.
Um. Oh, fudgesicles. Some people, if people are on iPad or iPad, they can't see you and your
Oh,
slide at the same time, but we can show it on your second on the second one. Oh,
okay.
some people do and some people don't. Walter sees it both ways. Anyway, let's keep going on the second slide and then we can share what you've done.
Okay, good. And then in the second panel, this is very kind of freeform. So again, it's very loose here. Explore the connection between the image you chose and the feeling you identified. What kind of relationship emerges when you look at the word and the image with your drawing tool? So again, without thinking too much, you can repeat the image, you can repeat the word, you could draw yourself in relation to this object. It's really up to you, but the idea is to find a connection or forge a connection between image and word.
Cool. And so is that another 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Keep us on track.
perfect. Yeah.
And I wrote that in the chat for anybody who's missing it. Jackie, in the second panel, we're doing words and pictures both. And for those of you who want to see what Maureen is doing, we'll show it in a minute or two. So really, we're just free to explore that object and that feeling in any way that sort of feels good for 2 minutes or feels right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Explore.
Okay. Maureen, I'm going to stop your sharing for a moment. There we go. And if people are in speaker view, they can see you. So you can show us your bird and your whatever else.
Okay. Can you see?
Yeah, can you raise it a little bit? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that's your panel 1 and panel 2. Excited.
Yeah. Me too. My alter ego or something. So
Cool.
one of the things I thought about when I did that was scale. How big is this feeling in
Mhm.
relation to the rest of me? And I decided that the feeling was really big.
Mm. I can't wait to see how this relates to sleep. Deb is asking if, hang on, I'll just, okay. So you can share again. You're ready. I mean, oh yeah. And then I'll take a screenshot and I'll send that to, well, thanks. Oh, you've got one of these tablets that sort of, or cameras that automatically follows you, huh?
Oh yeah.
It's a
Is that
little,
helping or making it
yeah,
worse?
it's a little funky. We've seen it in other ones. It's it's more AI for all of us who,
Too much.
yeah, definitely. Okay, we're ready. We're ready to for the next part.
All right, great. So we're gonna move on back to my PowerPoint. Okay. All right, next, take a piece of paper. And you can fold it to make 6 panels. We're gonna actually do 6-panel comic, and or you can draw your 6 panels, however you want to do that. Folding the paper is just easy, but if you're working in a journal, it might be nice to kind of draw your own panels. So you can have it forever and ever. It can be landscape or portrait, it doesn't really matter. I think I'm gonna go with portrait today. Just take a minute to do that. All right. Give everybody a few more seconds.
All right.
Okay. So once you've done that, I'm going to say 5 minutes per panel, and each one will have a different prompt. So answer each question visually by quickly sketching whatever comes to mind in response to the prompts I will give. You can add words, thought bubbles, speech bubbles. And so each slide is going to be a different prompt, and I'll keep that up in case you need to refer to it again. So in the first panel, first prompt, and you'll have 5 minutes to do this, draw your sleep as a character. So some questions that I put there to help you get going is your sleep human? If so, is it male, female, non-binary? Is it young, old, middle-aged? Is your sleep furry? Is it slippery? Does your sleep have fangs or big huggy arms and an ample lap? What does your sleep wear? Does your sleep have sharp edges? Is it hot or cold, wet or billowy, squat or tall and willowy? I would think I was channeling Dr. Seuss there. What does your sleep sound like, and what does it say? Is its voice raspy, gaspy, froggy, or groggy? So maybe, you can explore while you're drawing, or you can take a minute to just kind of connect with your sleep. What does your sleep look like, feel like, sound like? And then go ahead and sketch what emerges.
Okay, Maureen, I'm gonna suggest, if it's okay with you, that maybe we go for 4 minutes a panel.
Sure,
And that'll keep us on time a little better, I think. If we're doing
absolutely.
6 panels, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maureen, should we put words in this if we want to?
If you want to, absolutely.
And we've got about 20 seconds according to my clock.
Total freedom as long as the sleep character is the central theme for this panel.
All right, I think we're ready for panel 2.
All right, here's a, I don't know if you want me to hold this up, but I kind of created a
Oh.
creature with 3 heads.
Wait, hang on. I want to see that. So go ahead and show. Oh, wow, everybody, take a look at that.
So one of them's kind of avoidant and angry, and the middle one's kind of just frustrated, and then there's a new one emerging that's got some fur and it's a little more solid, and it's inviting me to sleep, and it's in much better shape.
Cool. All right, let's try panel 2.
All right, so back to PowerPoint. Okay, next one. Now, in panel 2, draw yourself in relationship with your sleep. And maybe you've already done this, that's okay. You've known each other for a while. So the question here is, are you comfortable with your sleep? What's your relationship like? Are the two of you at odds? Do you fight or give one another the silent treatment? Do you embrace your sleep and love her? Or do you avoid her and maybe even try to shove her in your closet? Do they smother you or try to evade you? What's it look like?
Okay, I'm putting that in the chat. We'll go 4 minutes for that.
Perfect, yeah.
Cool. I've got us at 1 more minute, Maureen. You ready for panel 3, Maureen?
Yep.
All right. This is already so interesting. Never drawn anything like this before.
Cool. Yeah, panel 3. So now imagine yourself in a conversation with this character with your sleep. Maybe you're at couples counseling together, or if you're like 9 years old and you're taking part in this workshop, maybe you want to recruit someone else to help you, or even if you're an adult, maybe you need a ninja or a pro wrestler or a teacher or somebody to help you cope with this character. What are you saying to your sleep? What do you need? This is mostly about you speaking to your sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, you speaking to your sleep.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And this will take us to 38 minutes after.
Yeah.
Gail asks an interesting question. She says, I think of my sleep and my insomnia as different characters.
Oh,
Should I draw them
interesting.
separately?
Oh, I like that. I'm going to be really curious to see. I hope you'll be sharing later.
Hmm. Mhm. I've got us at 1 more minute. Wait for panel 4.
All right. So, of course, what is your sleep saying back to you? What does your sleep need? And or your insomnia?
Right. Go to 42 after for this. All right, I'm seeing 1 more minute. Okay, I think we're ready for panel 5. This is so exciting.
All right, so this is our second to last one, panel number 5. Now that you've looked at your sleep in the face and listened to it, what have you learned? What is something you could do to make your relationship better? If your relationship is already fantastic, what advice would you give someone whose relationship with their sleep isn't so great? So this can be kind of continued conversation between yourself and your character, or any other format that comes to you. Could be just text, could be just image.
Oh, putting this in the chat, everyone. And we'll go to 46 after this time. We're already at the 1 minute mark. Boy, this drama is really intense.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The best stories mean lots of drama, right? Well, something has to go wrong.
Wow. All right, I think we're ready for panel 6.
Okay, cool. The wrap up. All right, finish your mini comic with one last portrait of you next to your sleep. How is this drawing different or similar to your drawing of it in the first panel? And has your viewpoint changed by drawing this comic? And I think that second question, maybe we can incorporate with the sharing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be part of the panel.
Okay, I put that in the chat. We'll go to, are we doing 4 minutes? About 51 minutes after.
Cool. And this doesn't mean that you have to resolve it, you know, it can be,
Mm,
can remain unresolved.
sure, who can resolve their sleep issues?
Right, in just 6 panels.
With a comic, yeah.
That would be a miracle. That'd be a very wealthy woman.
Yeah, right. Maybe you should say you can do it anyway and just charge people to
Yeah, maybe.
tell them you can solve all their problems. Putting mine on Instagram right now. I love it so much. Let's see. Maureen, I'm going to ask you to raise your Zoom hand again. It might not last. The AI is just out to get us.
Yeah, let's see.
And if that's the end, I'll invite other people to raise their hands. Is it a good time?
Yep,
Do you
yep,
want to share? Do you want to show us what you did? I can remove your screen.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. And
Yeah. So, can you see
yeah, we can see the right side. Can you see? Yeah, there we go.
better?
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay, so my sleep has three heads, as I said, and then I by the time I get to the end of it, the one that's more solid and more relaxed is predominating. So the other two are still there. The anxious one and the angry one are still kind of lurking, but happily the one that's the kind of sleep that I want is in the foreground. So
Oh, wow.
my sleep informed me that I should stop chasing it and just relax, and it would come to me.
Lovely. Lovely. Oh, I can't wait to see what some others came up with.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
okay, so pardon me, we'll start, I guess. Um, as you sorry, as people raise their hand, I'll ask them to unmute and then I'll spotlight them and Maureen can take a look.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, and Maureen is boy, that AI hand. Never mind, we were not going to worry about it. Okay. Anyway, we'll start with Allison. There's Allison, and then we'll go to Jer and Andrew and Eli.
Hi, I just want to let you know, Maureen, I just picked this up this afternoon at my local indie bookstore. So just so you
Yay. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so I have actually mercifully not had a ton of trouble with sleep. But even through menopause, and I know that's a pain in the neck for a lot of people to hear, but my sleep smells like chamomile. She has her hair in a long braid, and she has an undyed woolen nightshirt. She cradles me at night. She spoons with me. And what I say to her is, even in the throes of menopause, you took care of me. Thanks. And she says back, it's my job. I love you. But then she says, but sometimes I wish you'd pay more attention to me. It's a lot of work calming your monkey brain. And as she says that, the chamomile around her kind of intensifies. And so my response is, I do that a lot. I'll try to do better, be more present, intentional, or even breathe. And then there was something else that I wanted to say at the bottom, which is that she should talk to Orange Guy, who's another one of my alter egos. And then there we are on the beach hugging, she with her chamomile flower and my little heart. There you go.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Your sleep is so beautiful. Both your
Thank you.
comments.
Yeah, she's my friend. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome, Allison.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Nina, then Jared, then Andrew, then Eli. Nina.
Okay, this is awesome, Maureen. I had 2 solid months of insomnia in 1997 when it turned out I was in major clinical depression. And then I was put on an antidepressant and I've had great sleep ever since. I've made sleep into a cat.
Oh.
So just, big fat cat. And then so I basically had to ask the cat, I need to know from you, how do you do this so easily? And then the cat says, you need to turn off your brain and that device. And cat, so no more cat videos before bed.
Yeah.
Then of course the last one is the sleep takes my phone from me. So that's
love that.
my sleep. Thank you.
A highly intelligent cat.
Yeah, well, my cat actually does sleep way better than I do.
I love the plumpness of the cat and how it's just
Yeah, big old fat, just
Yeah.
roll onto your back. Yeah.
I love how it's
so
holding.
cozy.
Thanks, Nina. We'll go to Jared.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Howdy.
Hi.
So my sleep is this weird guy with a briefcase with a pair of lips on it. I believe the text is kind of like reversed, but he just says subsume.
We see it forward.
What's up?
We see it forward.
Oh, awesome. Cool. And then I am presented as a mustache because that's kind of my defining physical characteristic. I'm saying thanks for the calm, and my sleep is continuing to hold the briefcase. And then I say, why do you freak me? And my sleep says, leaping lizards. And then, um, and then because sometimes like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and start thinking of something weird, and my sleep just says, but I didn't mean to. And I say, thanks for being open. I know you can't totally be controlled. And the last panel is this briefcase saying, I can't open this. So the briefcase is kind of symbolizing like things that cannot be controlled when you're in the sleep realm.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of a Pandora's box a little bit.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love your symbolism.
Thank you.
Pretty awesome.
Thanks, Jer. Very cool. We'll go to Andrew next, then Eli, then Ellen. There we go.
Hey, everybody. All right. Hey, buddy.
Mm.
Comfy? What you watching? Nothing. Getting late.
Mm.
I know, but hey, buddy. I don't tend to have a problem with sleeping. I fall asleep like a rock pretty quick, but usually it's like the staying asleep and or when the sun decides to come around. Seems always too early, but
Yeah.
yeah, this is fun to play with. Thanks so much for hosting and the great way to work us through all of these things. I appreciate it.
Awesome. I love that. And it's just beautifully executed too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, we'll talk to Eli next. Here we go. Hi, Eli.
I'm really bad at holding this up. I always mess it up. Sleep to me is I used to sleep really well. I used to sleep too much. I used to fall asleep in the middle of the day. But about 5 years ago that changed, and now I'm up a couple of hours in the middle of the night just laying there wondering why. But sleep is like a dark, mysterious planet, and there's all these like shooting stars and exciting things going on in there. And then here is sleep with its little cosmic thing going on here. And this is me, sort of half awake and half asleep, my eyes sort of bulging out, wishing that I could sort of get involved in this whole relaxed darkness. And then I thank sleep. Looks like Zoom is trying to do something to me. Hold on.
No.
So I'm thanking sleep, but I say, but I have to get up in a couple of hours. And so sleep tells me to stop thinking and wants me to know that just resting my eyes is sometimes going to be good enough. And then sleep is giving me all these ideas for how to try to stay asleep, like don't eat caffeine or sugar after 2, quit looking at the clock, stop thinking about all the things you have to do tomorrow, and all of the regrets and embarrassing moments that have occurred in your entire life throughout history. And just to accept the sleep sometimes is going to come in waves, and that you're not going to get a solid 8 hours. You're going to get 2 hours and then an hour of hanging out in the dark. And then this is me and sleep just kind of hanging out, and me being half awake and sleep being totally asleep. That's it.
Beautiful. It's really I love the idea of the mysterious unknown planet. It's kind of a theme in all the ones that have been shared so far. Most of them is how mysterious it is, and kind of the unknowable aspect of sleep.
Yeah, totally. Thanks, Eli. We're gonna go to Ellen next. Ellen, you want to share your screen?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Oops, I can't yet. It says disabled screen sharing.
There you go. You should be able to.
Okay, let's see. Ah, there we go. So I'm not sure why I decided sleep should be a tentacled monster. It just somehow seemed right. I cannot really explain why, but that's my sleep, I guess. So in the second panel, I'm looking for sleep. It's currently hiding under the bed. I'm trying to find it. Third panel, talking to, where are you hiding now? I'll come out when I'm ready. Look, maybe if you'd start getting to bed at a regular schedule, maybe if you start exercising again, maybe I wouldn't keep hiding when you want me. No promises, though. Then there's got so much, oops, typo, so much I need to do, not some much. I'll fix that typo. Well, I'll fix it after. So get up early and do it in the morning. And then the last panel, just, I guess, sleep. So that's nice. All right.
That's so great. That's just great. I'm just amazed at how well developed all of these are in 4 minutes, all of these panels.
Awesome.
I-
Thank you, Ellen.
So cool. I especially love where it's hiding under the bed and so elusive.
Thanks.
Awesome. We'll go to Jackie next. Here we go. Oh, are you muted?
Mine is pretty chatty, so just you bear with me here. My sleep character is a ghost. I'm here until I'm not. And then it's like, I got some serious issues with you, the issues in history with you, homie. Me, but I thought we were all good. And then this is like what? I itemized things, panic attacks when I was a little kid, why are you always sneaking up on me when I don't need you? And I'm nodding off. And then, then there was a time that I first got sober and, you just didn't, I was exhausted and I lay there and I just couldn't sleep. And it's like, you're there when you're never there when I need you. And then when I don't need you, there you are. And the ghost defends itself by saying, hey, it's complicated. In my defense, you had other issues, and those were my issues: anxiety, fear, substance abuse, poor sleep hygiene, round-the-clock care of a disabled child. And then, yeah, fair enough, but still, why you gotta play me like that? I'm tired of, I've tried making space for you. I shall remain a mystery. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's just about the kind of sleep character I expect. So that's my ghostly character. Thank you, Maureen. This was really very cool.
Oh, good. That is so cool. I love that. I love sleep going to, to be fair, you had some other issues there.
Yeah.
That's
It's not all, it's not all sleep's fault.
Don't try to pin this all on me.
Awesome, Jackie. Thank you.
Thanks.
Go to Esther next and Jenna Beth and Onita. A reminder that there's a bunch of sharing options in the chat as well. Here we go.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to see my face. Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say this is my second time coming to one of these workshops, and it's just like, it's such a delightful space. So I just wanted to say how much I appreciate it. This is okay, I'm really bad at this. All right, so for the first panel, I kind of think of sleep. I also have a lot of sleep struggles. So I was thinking of whoever as kind of like a alien being, like not scary, kind of familiar, kind of not, just a little bit different. And then for my second panel, it's just kind of like staring at each other, pleasantly curious. But they are definitely a little bit of the power position they're looming over. And then for the me speaking to them, oops, backwards, they're just, they're friendly. They don't mean anything, but I'm a little uncomfortable. And then for the next one, I'm just like, oh, sorry, I said it backwards. But when I was talking to them, I was just saying, why are you so unsettling? I definitely spiral a lot at night. So even the thought of like going to sleep, then I start getting anxious about like having the right sleep routine and then starting the sleep routine the right way. And then, it has to be the right order and like getting away from screen time and meditating and et cetera, et cetera. And then I just start thinking about everything embarrassing I've ever done, blah, blah, blah. So that's just like, why are you a thing? And the friend panel is just them being like, sleep is actually really good for you. So this is after the conversation. We're just kind of processing each other, and sleep is still just quietly there. And this one is kind of repeat of the first panel, but now we're both being weird together, I guess.
Oh, that's just gorgeous.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Esther. We'll go to Jenna Beth next. Let's see.
I love those. That was so great. They've all been great. Mine's kind of scary. I'm gonna cover the last one. That's my first one.
Whoa.
Sleep to me is a demon. So if one set of fangs wasn't enough, I had to have a viper as the tail. I don't know. I couldn't draw that one very well. That's me. But as a child, this was really helpful. Helping me get into like my personal psychology. And then I don't know if you can see, this is me in bed hiding under the covers from the demon. Why are you here? It didn't respond with words, but it responded telepathically. It wants my brain. There, I don't know if you can see that one very well. And it's disconnecting my body parts from me, because that's what it feels like it's happening at night.
Wow.
But then I wake up to a cat.
Oh.
So I don't know. This is just what came to me, and this was really helpful, because I think like sometimes it feels like such a physically horrible experience for me to sleep, but when I wake up, I'm fine. And then it's like, what the heck was going on, and where did all that torment come from? So anyway, thank you for this opportunity to share this. This was really fun.
Oh, amazing. Really good.
Thanks, Jenna. Okay, we'll go to Onita. Let's see. And then Gail after that.
Okay, hi everybody. This is so cool. Okay, so here's mine. First one, missing. Oh, sleep. Oh my God, where's my sleep? I've been looking everywhere for it, even in the doghouse. My sleep is still missing. Sleep, I miss you so much. I'm so cranky without you. Sleep says, I don't want to come back.
You don't respect me, it says.
Yes. Oh yeah, sorry, forgot that part. You don't respect me, says Sleep. Sleep's very, very, very pragmatic. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't read it. I can't read it, but you guys can read it.
You know about that? Wow, I thought only I knew about that. And then it says the things you
Out
do
of
affect
order?
me.
Did I say it out of order? Oh, you know about that now. Yeah, I said it out of order. I'm so sorry. There's one about drinking tea too much during the day. Oh, I see what happened. I don't want to come back. You don't respect me the time we spend together. You interrupt our bonding with 3 cups of caffeinated tea after 3 p.m. Sorry, that didn't fit in the panel. Okay, will you come back if I make some changes? I mean, I do need tea, but maybe I just have it in the morning only. And then the sleep is like, okay, that's cool. And we have a deal. So Sleep's coming back.
Oh, that's
anyway,
so
this is fun.
awesome.
Thank you.
You
And
guys
I'm gonna redo that in a way it can be read.
Very nice. I love that you actually kind of came to a consensus, like a little truce there.
Yeah,
I
it's
changes.
basically what I need to do to solve the sleep problem. But you know, humans don't always do what they're supposed to. Or bears, which is what I like to draw.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Anita.
Tom. This is great.
We'll go to Gail next and then Jules after that. Here we go.
Hello. Okay, so I suffered really bad insomnia when I was in my 30s, and I just want to say to whoever's out there and is suffering and has not tried antidepressants yet, they are like a miracle. So you should definitely talk to your doctor about that. But so my sleep now is like a cat. Just like, who was it earlier? Nina, I think. My sleep is warm and cuddly and fuzzy and purring like a cat. And sometimes it's even like two cats. But still, I sometimes have insomnia, especially on days when I'm traveling and in a strange bedroom. So yes, Lexapro. Oh my God, thank God for Lexapro. Okay, so sometimes my insomnia mainly looks like a crazed version of myself who cannot stop thinking, cannot turn off my brain, worry, think. And then it wakes my sweet sleeping kitty. And my sweet sleeping kitty becomes crazy. Oh, talk to your doctor about your Lexapro is great for me. It might not be for everybody. Okay. And so sometimes when I do have insomnia, what I do now that usually works is I just practice calm acceptance. If you try to sleep, you will never sleep. If you chase after sleep, it doesn't work. But if all else fails, I take a sleeping pill. The end.
The end.
Thank you for this. This is fun.
Awesome. I love that. I like the way you drew the cat when you're having insomnia, and it's like its fur all standing on end.
All right, we'll go to Jules next. Here we go. Have to unmute, Jules. Can you do that?
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much. My camera again is blurry, so I don't know how well these will show. But yeah, I kind of interpreted, like, as I was doing this, sleeping for dreams and like kind of meaning both things, but my dreams are like a hungry ghost, and for that I kind of drew the like dream character as a sort of like flowing hair, spooky, like glowing yellow eyes, red, like Victorian ghost. I need her like water. She needs me like the ocean needs sailors, and she's like this octopus creature that's like drowning me under the water. Okay. She's so lonely, so bitter, resentful for all I've taken. So like I've taken things like dreams have inspired me, but she can't live in the real world. And I'm like hanging out, drawing a bird, and she's like kind of like peering from behind a tree. She wants my world, a world that can be held. And she's like representation of the dreams are like kind of like staring at reality. But how can she sit beside me when I use her to escape? And I'm like putting my hand into this like pool of like red water that's the same color as her. How do I live in this world accepting our shared fears? And I'm like sharing a bed with the like representation of my sleep, but like she's sleeping and I'm awake in the middle of the night. So yeah.
That's just so lovely. I love that you brought dreams into it too.
Thank you.
And the way you portrayed her with a different color. It's really nice.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, Jules. Thank you. We're going to go to Michaela next. As a reminder, we'll probably end at 30 after. We may not get to everybody. So in the chat, I've put some other ways to share. Here we go.
All right, everybody. I have a on small paper. Can you see it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my sleep is a tree in a landscape. The landscape's important too. And the second panel is my relationship to it. The third panel is what I say to it. Then let's see where we right here. The fourth panel is what it needs. And my message is sleep more, sleep longer. And actually there are periods when I can't sleep either, but I just get up. I'll get up at 3, watch TV like it doesn't bother me, you know. So I have a really good relationship to sleep. And then the final panel is me chilling under the tree, under my tree, my sleep tree. Thank you. This is fabulous. I love this as always.
That is so great. It's so cool that it's a tree. I think that's the first one where it's been not an animal or a person or
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's the only thing that came to my mind. So it was very direct. Thank you.
Thanks, Michaela. We'll go to VDR next. Then Brina Nunez is here. Then we'll go to Edgar. But I gotta get VDR to come on screen. There we go. Are you able to unmute?
Yeah. Hello, sir. I was so late and I'm not even finished with my comic. But I was able to fill in all my 6 panels. And listen, I too have trouble sleeping. I don't like sleeping for a lot of reasons, and when I get super tired, that's probably the only point, the only option where I can sleep in. But generally, I don't like sleeping every night. So when I think of it, I didn't think of any characters. So all I drew based on based on what was in my mind. In my second panel, it was every night. Sometimes when I'm actually sleeping, I feel trapped in my dreams, like a lot. And when I feel trapped in my dreams, I had to breathe in and out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out until I wake up. And so yeah, I did not like falling asleep ever since because I don't like feeling trapped forever. And sometimes sometimes I still make excuses to stay up all night, such as school and work and finishing my late night hobbies. And my imaginary guardian tells me that I should rest because I don't need an excuse to stay busy. And then in the last panel, I was kind of built. It makes me feel like I was pretty delusional for the first panel.
And can you raise that up just a hair up higher? There we go. Now we can see those last two. Like that little bunny. All right. Thanks so much. We'll go to Brina next.
Thank you.
All right. Brina Nunez, so nice to see you. I hope you're getting sleep.
No. But I didn't realize how much I needed to talk about sleep in this workshop. So this was a really wonderful prompt to draw for. So in the first panel over here, it's like a little owl Muppet character in a robe, and this is what I normally look like every night. And I'm not sure if it's seen backwards, but they're at a desk with like a little cocktail and writing a letter to me saying, I miss you. And this is what I also normally look like every night, chest feeding my daughter, and I'm talking to my sleep character. She keeps waking us up. I just basically need I just wish he would give me 5 hours of full sleep. And then It's like a little close up on them, and they're saying this seems like a one-sided relationship. And they're like discussing how needy our daughter is. But let's see. And I was only able to do this this fifth panel. I mean, you're not lying, but I just want to comfort her. Not all babies are great at sleeping. And they reply, yeah, but I don't see you that often or much at all. Have you tried chamomile tea yet? For me? No, for the baby. And I recently learned that I guess in some parts of Latin America, people do give their babies chamomile tea to help them fall asleep.
Yeah, just one thing about chamomile is that it's a mild diuretic, so it makes you have to pee. So
I had to think about that. But thank you for tonight. This was a sweet prompt.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. They do eventually start sleeping.
Thanks, Brina. Thank you so much.
I remember that phase well though.
Awesome.
Nursing baby.
Edgar next.
Well, thank you, Maureen, for the inspiration, and thank you, Tom, for allowing me to share. I came up with Edgar meets his sleep. In the first panel, sometimes my sleep is peaceful.
Oh.
Here is my sleep gently descending into me. There's Edgar the Third in bed. Sometimes my sleep encourages me to dream of the Moon Princess or gives me ideas for stories. You see the sleep gently cradling my head, and I'm smiling. So anyway, but we feel it's important to get these issues settled. So there's sleep sitting in the chair, and I'm there, and the Dr. Dremel says, so sleep, Edgar asks a good question. If he decides to stay up late, why don't you let him sleep in? And there's Edgar waiting for an answer. But sleep has response. But Edgar, I'm on a schedule. I have to punch a time clock regulated by your body. And Edgar replies, well, I know that you're looking out for my best interest, but I really want to watch those 60-year-old 12 o'clock high episodes on Saturday night at 1 a.m. And the doctor says, good breakthrough, Edgar. So then we go to the last panel, and sleep has to leave. I must fly now, Edgar. I'll see you again tonight. I'll think about letting you sleep in an hour on Sunday morning. I look up at Sleep's departing and say, thanks a lot, Sleep. See you tonight at a more reasonable hour. And I will too. The end.
That's a great conversation. Really good.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you inspired me to ask those questions and get those good answers from my sleep.
Yeah,
Thanks.
great story.
Great. We'll go to Rachel next. Thanks so much, Edgar.
You bet.
This was really fun for me too. So my sleep looks like it's supposed to be a cumulus cloud with some little cirrus clouds coming off of her. She's saying, oops. She's saying hi, and I am running away towards eating chocolate and my phone instead of sleep. And it says, you say you love me and want to spend more time together, quality time, yet you push me away. And then, oh, sleep, I know I've done you wrong, but I fear each night this is only a fling. I remember all the nights you eluded me, and I'm supposed to be reaching after it. Perhaps it is time to let that go. I guess I'll try. It's a start.
That's gorgeous.
Thanks.
Nice, Rachel. Thank you. We'll go to Chris next. We'll try and fit everybody in. Let's see. There we go.
This is a great exercise. Brina reminded me that having kids was a wake-up call that I needed to regulate my sleep, and I couldn't choose when I wanted to sleep and when I didn't. So my sleep is a creature basically that has these tentacly like hair-like things that envelop consciousness like a blanket snuffing a fire. Sleep, so sleep is saying, why does he avoid me? Because I tend to stay up too late doing things like a lot of people. You just don't want to go to bed. And then I'm in, counseling, and I'm saying I'm afraid to let go, kind of like I'm afraid of the next day. But and then sleep is saying back to me, like, you're better with me. You're so much better with me. And I know that. So I say I can trust myself. I really know I need to get sleep because things will be better. And then I'm sleeping, and there's a cat that sleeps on me, and everybody's happy. Thanks very much.
It's so good. I love all the cats.
Yeah.
I think there's a consensus that cats know how to sleep.
They sure do.
I love that last panel.
Thanks.
Right. We'll go to Sarah next. Thanks, Chris.
Let me get up because then I can see better. Okay, so my sleep comes and wakes me up in the morning because I have early morning insomnia. I don't have the going to sleep insomnia. So she says, wakey, wakey, despair and bakey. And I'm like, why this? Why again? It's probably not even 5:30 yet. We were up past midnight last night. Can't you do anything right? She says, I got confused. I guess that's fair. And so I have to stumble off and make breakfast, and she's going back to bed.
Oh, your sleep is going back to bed without you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sarah. Great tracks. Another reminder, we did it 2 weeks ago. We threw a PDF together really fast. And if you want to join in on that, I'm putting that in the chat too. And we'll try and get to our last three real fast. Let's see. Here's Marlene.
Yeah, hi everybody. Mine I'll try and do as quickly as possible. There's been a lot of sharing.
Yeah.
I am a animated worm, at the end of the day and very tired. And so I say, oh, exhausted, I need sleep. And all the exhaustion ripples out of me like electricity. And then the next one is a strong hand captures me and holds me with a lovely leaf as a mattress to soothe me. And looking up at the moon winks at me and says, it's okay. I'd like you to talk to me. And the beams go back onto me while I lie in a hammock. And it continues to soothe me into full sleep. And then eventually the moon takes pity on me and comes down and holds me and sleeps with me, singing a song, Hush Little Baby, that song. Then eventually there's a poem there, which I might read very quickly. Heavy eyeball light fades. Night approaches like coaches. Scoops of moonbeams swoop and rest. I have learned, let go of life's waves, embrace nature to recharge. Let go of noise and so be poised. Thank you for sharing.
That's just lovely. All of these, I'm blown away by how much wisdom are in each and every one of these comics. And they're all so completely unique.
Yeah.
It always blows my mind about comics, but this workshop in particular, all of your things that you're sharing.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Thanks, Marlene. All right, we'll go to Judith and then we'll finish with Deb.
Okay. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so showing this sloppy stuff is a little weird. Everybody knows I've been an insomniac my whole life, and I kind of embrace it. Anyway, sleep here is both sides, the monster with the jagged teeth, as apparently everybody likes, and then the actual sleep. Because when I do sleep and have dreams, of course, it's a great treasure. And then I forget what this was. This was being physically in the sleep. I realized that I've devoted myself, not only is a lot of my art about being sleepless, but I've ended up publishing a lot of it, not because of about insomnia, but it just turned out to be, I'm up at night. So there it is. And I also used to make a living making quilts. And I have a huge collection of pajamas. So all the what do you call it? The paraphernalia of sleep is important to me. I just don't sleep. So I'm telling sleep here, I have things to do. I don't have time for you. And sleep says, but I have treasures that you need. And then I end up saying, well, I guess we'll have to have some kind of balance, but I don't think I want to change. And that's the truth. I kind of get a lot done, and I'm known. I could talk to people in California at 2 a.m. I could do this class, right? So it's just kind of a way of life. And since I live alone and nobody to complain to, that's just the way it is. So dreams are important too. And, you know, there you go.
Awesome. Thanks, Judith.
Thank you.
All right, we will finish with Deb. Here we go. Oops, need to see Deb on before I can spotlight. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Great.
So I don't know if you can can you see that?
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know what I did now. So anyway, my sleep person is just kind of a little squishy motherly figure. And then I'm trying to see here at the same time. So my relationship with sleep is I love her when I have my CPAP working. And without my CPAP, it's like disastrous. We lost power the other night, so I had like a night of no sleep. And then my conversation is, I love you, sleep, but sometimes I need a break from the lucid dreams. Because lately I've been having all lucid dreams. And sleep's responses, you have to admit, lucid dreams are very exciting and makes for great comics. And then I agree. And I always have my dog in my bed, which helps me sleep. And then the last one is sleeping with my CPAP. And she says, I gotcha.
Really nice. Yeah, we'll have to do a lucid dreaming comics workshop.
Yeah, that would be very cool because I have so many.
I bet.
But they're exhausting at the same time. So that's why I have this love-hate relationship with sleep and lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Because it is very tiring. Yeah. You think, oh, I slept for 10 hours. Why do I feel so tired?
You were in other worlds.
Thanks so much, Deb.
Thank you.
Go back to Maureen. Wow, Maureen, thank you. This was really delightful. And more than that, I mean, a lot of people I think had really kind of profound developments, let's say, or discovered new relationships, or I knew something, I don't know. So thank you. I want to tell everybody, I'm going to put it in the chat right now that Maureen's teaching a workshop for us 4 weeks in April. It's there in the chat. Right? 4 weeks.
Yes.
And I'm also going to put in the chat, this is an experiment that if anyone wants to upload to this PDF that's also in the chat, or to this Dropbox, we'll make a real quick down and dirty digital PDF of anything that is uploaded. So, and then we'll share that. So so if you want to
that idea,
grab that link. Yeah, we did it 2 weeks ago and it worked out really well, but people got to be fast. We'll put it together Monday morning. Anyway, Maureen, thank you. And everybody go get Maureen's books. And wait, this next book that you're working on is coming out when?
I'm hoping to finish it this year, so probably next spring 2025. Still has a little ways to go.
those
Yeah.
pages were really beautiful. So I'm really eager to see it too. Okay, I'm going to ask everybody to unmute and just give you a thank you for this great workshop. And I already posted mine on Instagram.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen.
That's great.
It was really
That was
fun.
so cool.
Thanks so much, Maureen. Go get
Yeah,
Maureen's book.
loved it. Loved
Everybody
it.
have a good night's sleep.
I'm jinxed now.
Sleep well.
Thanks so much, and we'll see you next week. Look for emails about next week and sign up for Maureen's workshop or get her books or anything. Thank you so much, Maureen. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mhm.